Welcome to the Voice of Autism Resource Hub. We provide the comparative analysis of market sizes and growth rates for human tutors, including specialized and personal tutors, and AI tutors shows significant differences in scale and velocity of growth, with AI tutors demonstrating notably higher CAGRs. Our tone is empathetic, empowering, and supportive. View this as a guiding first step, not an exhaustive manual.
These sources provide a comprehensive market analysis comparing the demand for human tutors and artificial intelligence (AI) tutors in the United States and European markets, with a specific focus on educational support for children with autism spectrum disorder (ASD). The analysis highlights that both tutoring models are experiencing significant growth due to increasing diagnosis rates, resource shortages, and the push for personalized learning. While the human tutor market, particularly for specialized behavioral therapies like applied behavior analysis (ABA), is large and stable with high costs, the AI tutor market is expanding much faster, around 30% CAGR, driven by its scalability, lower cost per student, and capacity for data analysis. The sources strongly suggest that a hybrid model, using AI for routine tasks and human tutors for complex social-emotional intervention, represents the optimal strategic approach in these competitive regions, where factors like regulatory compliance, GDPR in Europe, and the need for clinical evidence pose significant challenges.
1. Overall market size comparison. In absolute terms, the established market for human-based tutoring and specialized educational support remains significantly larger than the emerging market for dedicated AI tutors. Global context. The global AI tutors market is estimated at approximately USD 1.63 billion in 2024. Specialized human clinic market in U.S., the U.S. ADHD and autism clinics market alone was valued at approximately USD 65.95 billion in 2023. K-12 private tutoring in Europe, the European private tutoring K-12 market reached 24 to 30 billion in 2025. Specialized tutoring, U.S., autism, the specialized tutoring for autism in the U.S. is estimated at USD 2 to 3 billion in 2025, with the U.S. leading the global market, accounting for 60% of the global market for specialized tutoring.
Comparative growth rates, CAGR. AI tutoring solutions are characterized by a significantly higher growth rate, CAGR, compared to traditional human or specialized tutoring services, indicating that AI is a highly competitive and rapidly expanding segment. Segment: geography, market size in year, projected growth rate, CAGR, AI tutors, global, USD 1.63 billion 2024, approximately 30.5% to reach USD 7.99 billion by 2030. AI tutors, Europe, USD 440.3 million 2024, approximately 29.8% to reach approximately 2,095.7 million by 2030. AI tutors, Europe, EU education in AI in general, 20 billion euros until 2027, 38% annually. AI tutors, US general EdTech AI, not applicable, North America 35% global share 2024, approximately 30.5%, similar to global trend. AI education for autism, global, USD 500 to 600 million euros 2025, 25 to 30%. Specialized tutoring demand, autism, global, not applicable, 15 to 20% annually. U.S. ADHD and autism clinics, U.S. USD 65.95 billion 2023, approximately 8.58%, projected through 2033. Traditional autism therapy, Europe, not applicable, 5 to 7% CAGR.
3. Key observations on growth trends. 1. High AI acceleration. The market for AI tutors is projected to grow rapidly, with the global market and the European market both experiencing a CAGR of around 30% through 2030. In contrast, growth rates for established specialized human services are generally lower, ranging from 5 to 20%. 2. Specialized market demand. While traditional therapy in clinics grows steadily, for example, U.S. specialized clinics at 8.58%, the demand for specialized human tutoring for high-need areas like autism is growing faster, at 15 to 20% annually, driven by the shortage of certified special education teachers and long clinical waitlists. 3. Hybrid future. The strong growth of AI is driven by its ability to offer lower costs per student and greater scalability, leading to the projection that hybrid tutoring models, human plus AI, could account for 70% of the market by 2030. This model leverages AI for adaptive practice and assessment while reserving human tutors for high-touch intervention, motivational support, and complex issues. 4. Regional differences in AI adoption. The U.S., North America, currently holds greater than 35% of the global AI tutor market share and is the market leader in the scale of specialized tutoring. Meanwhile, Europe's AI tutoring market is also robust, with strong growth rates driven by significant investment in AI education. For example, the EU AI education market estimated at €20 billion until 2027.
All right, today we're diving into the future of specialized learning for children with autism, and it's a field that's at a really fascinating crossroads. We're going to look at two powerful but very different approaches. Think of it like a showdown, the deep, personal connection of a human tutor versus the scalable, data-driven power of an AI tutor.
But before we can even compare these solutions, we have to get a sense of just how big the challenge is. The reality is, there's a massive and growing support gap out there that families and educators are dealing with every single day.
So, you have to ask why. Why is it so incredibly hard to find this kind of specialized support? Well, the numbers, they really tell the story. Okay, first, let's just talk about the sheer demand. In the United States, about 1 in every 36 children is diagnosed with autism. Let that sink in. This is not some niche issue. It's a widespread reality, and it signals a huge need for effective education and therapy all across the country. Now, let's look at the other side of the equation, the supply of experts to meet that demand. As of mid-2025, there are over 365,000 special education teaching jobs filled by people who aren't fully certified for the role. That's a staggering number, and it creates this enormous gap between the number of kids who need expert help and the number of qualified professionals who are actually available to give it. So, how have we historically tried to fill this gap? Let's bring in our first contender, the long-standing gold standard, the specialized human tutor. This is all about the undeniable power of human connection.
You know, a specialized tutor is so much more than just a teacher. They're trained professionals, often using proven methods like applied behavior analysis, or ABA, to give that intensive one-on-one support. Their whole focus is on those complex, really nuanced areas like social skills, communication, and tailoring academics to a child's unique way of learning.
And their strengths, well, they highlight exactly what machines really struggle with. A human tutor can build a deep emotional trust. They can pivot a lesson in a split second based on a child's mood. And they give that reassurance that builds confidence, not just in the student, but in the whole family. For complex behavioral needs, this is absolutely essential.
But here's the reality check. That incredible human touch has some major limitations. The cost can be just astronomical, sometimes up to $80,000 a year. And it's impossible to scale. One grade tutor can only help one child at a time. This leads to inconsistent quality and, for way too many families, incredibly long, frustrating waitlists.
And this brings us to our new challenger stepping into the ring, the AI tutor. It's a disruptive force that's aiming to change this entire equation. And make no mistake, this isn't some fringe experiment.
The global market for AI tutors is already worth over $1.5 billion this year. This is a serious, established industry, and it's attracting huge investment. And all that investment is fueling some explosive growth. The market is projected to shoot up to nearly $8 billion by 2030. We're talking about an almost five-fold increase in just 6 years. That's a massive signal that a huge shift is underway in education.
So what's driving this rocket ship? Well, the AI tutor's strengths are basically the mirror image of the human tutor's weaknesses. It's available 24/7. It uses data to personalize learning paths. It delivers consistent, high-quality instruction every single time. And most importantly, it can scale to millions of students at a fraction of the cost. Okay, so let's put them side by side. This table really spells out the trade-offs, doesn't it? The human tutor excels at that deep, emotional, and psychological personalization. The AI, on the other hand, excels at personalizing the content and the pace. One gives you powerful emotional support, the other gives you extensive data analytics. You can see how they occupy different but very complementary roles. And that brings us beyond a simple versus debate, because the most exciting thing happening here isn't about competition, it's about collaboration. The future, it seems, lies in a powerful hybrid model. This is the key takeaway, right here. The goal is not to replace that invaluable human connection, it's to enhance it. The most effective, scalable, and accessible solution is probably going to be one that combines the unique strengths of both the human and the AI tutor. So what does that actually look like? Well, it's beautifully simple. The AI handles all the repetitive, day-to-day work, the skill drills, the daily practice, and meticulously tracking progress. Then, the system acts like a super smart assistant, flagging exactly where a student is getting stuck. This frees up the human tutor to step in and use their limited time for high-impact, targeted sessions focused on solving the toughest problems. And this isn't just a theory. Research is already proving this approach works. We're seeing systems like Tutor Copilot showing that when you arm a human tutor with the power of AI data and insights, their effectiveness just skyrockets, especially for the students who face the biggest challenges. So let's zoom out one last time. What are the big picture implications of this powerful new idea for the future of specialized learning? Let's recap the big points. 1. The support gap is real and it is immense. 2. AI gives us a scalable way to deliver personalized practice and assessment. 3. The human tutor's role is more important than ever for that emotional connection and complex problem solving. And 4. Combining these two in a hybrid model could be the key to making high-quality, specialized education a reality for millions more children. Which leaves us with a final, really important question to think about. As we keep merging the power of technology with the irreplaceable human touch in education, the biggest challenge will be designing systems that ensure every single child, regardless of their needs or their circumstances, truly gets to benefit.
Announcement. First course for special education teachers, specialized tutors, parents, interventionists who want to understand the 40H model plus 100 combos of evidence-based interventions from EBI/EBP, starting from 1/11/2025. Online and free. Online and free. Learners who know English, Japanese, Korean, please notify in advance. Subscribe to the channel to receive the link to the course link.